everybody, Ludi Farm Guy here, and in this video we're going to look at handling pallets with different various ways to do that. And there are several implements that will allow you to use pallet forks and move pallets. And since apparently pallet moving is going to be a little bit more required now that you can't, at least at the time of taping this episode, you can no longer lift the lettuce or pallets from the greenhouses. So this has come by the request of Willie Farmer Reed, and I'll post his name up here for you to see. He is a friend of the subscriber, and he asked to see this. So I have arranged the variety of machines here from, well, larger. This being the 650R with the 643R John Deere front loader and the forks. We have a wheel loader, Claas 956. It's the smaller one. We have the Claas Telehandler, and there are 10, 9, 10, 11 Claas telehandlers. This one, although it has the longest reach by far of any of them. We also have a small tractor. This is the smallest tractor that I have that will fit a front loader attachment. And we also have this little fella here. It's a bale handler, but we'll look at that in a minute. Skid steer, I've picked the one with the tracks, as I have found the one with tracks is more stable for tipping. And of course we have the Manitou forklift and the teeny tiny what is this? It's a front loader. Yeah, that's the an electric little fella. That is okay. So let's take a look at them. Front loader. That's the 23E. That is the one. This one here, 23E. The Manitou, we all know. The skid steer, of course, we all know. This you can find in front loader tools, and here we are, the Albert bale handler. We will demonstrate that one as well. Of course, this is the Zadar with the Hauer front loader on it. We've seen the telehandler already, the wheel loader, and this. And we have set up here a flat deck and a variety of pallets. Now, interestingly enough, shall we take the small guy here? Oh, it was already running. Can't tell. That's what was making that noise. It's electric. Now, the one thing I don't like about these is it's articulated. A quick side note with forks for any of these guys, forks will pick up bales, so you don't need a bale fork. All right. So we'll start with this guy. Obviously, the weight capacity is going to be somewhat limited due to its small size, but pallets seem to be, and I don't really like the articulated one because, as you can see, you're going to have a little bit trouble with the heavier items. I would recommend this only for, well, lighter items. And I don't like how the camera squirts around when because of being articulated. I don't think they'll ever be able to fix that. It's another reason why I don't like the articulated tractors so much, as the camera spins around. And come on, there we go. So this is a pallet full of poplar saplings. It's fine with that. Can handle the weight. It doesn't have any extendable. I'll put my help window on here. It doesn't have any extensions. Just the normal things you would get with this type of front loader. It does have a fairly decent reach, so it's usable. And that is the little tiny front loader. Okay, let's turn that off. Moving up to my pallet moving of choice is the forklift, which is, well, essentially designed to move pallets. That's what they are designed for. That is what they do best. They handle large, heavy objects quite well. They work well in tight spaces. They're very precise in how they move, and they work quite well moving even heavy objects and placing them nicely. And they're relatively cheap. So, like I said, for me, pallet moving in the yard, anyways, this would be my choice. However, the skid steer is actually a close second. It has a similar turning radius. It can spin around quite well. The fork operation is fairly precise as well. It's able to lift heavy objects, and the height is you can get it pretty high, and you have a little bit more reach. Reach extension as to how far in, so that the forklift was only able to put it on the front part. And here we can, if I could spin around and you can look, we could probably get it a little bit further out, and whoop. Either way, pallets are a challenge. And these are relatively inexpensive and multi-use. Like the front loader, there's many different attachments you can use for the front. Although when tipping up, that's as far as it tips up. It doesn't really tip up a lot. But that's the skid steer. Next we're going to look at the small tractor, which most farms have. I definitely would recommend a weight. This is the 1,100 pound one, seems to work, or 1,100 kilograms, sorry, seems to work well, even for a small tractor. It has there's a little bit more, shall we say, finagling with because of just the nature of how the front end, it's kind of quite long, because of how just the mechanics of it, and tends to be a little bit tippy, as you can see, depending on the vehicle you use. This is like as I said, the smallest tractor that I could get, but of course it has a reach further than either the forklift or the front loader. and it's usable. It's probably, I'm going to say, the default for a farm. If you don't move a lot of pallets and you don't want to get a designated vehicle to move pallets, this is a good option. Now, while I'm here, I'm going to show you the bale handler. It will work for pallets. Here, we'll take one off of here. Now, the operation of the squeeze part, let's get back here. R1 and open and close. So you want it open. You want to be able to position unit carefully and squarely. Not really square. It's a little bit tough if you're trying to look at it at the angle. This should be okay here. Now to squeeze. I haven't tried picking up. And there you go. See, you can pick up. That's the fairly heavy. That's the liquid herbicide, I believe. And it's, as long as you don't make any sudden movements. And of course, putting it down, right, and open. Oh, wrong way. There we go. Up and back. And so that's an alternative method, shall we say. Will it pick up a seed pallet? That's a good question. So I haven't tried that. And oh, it looks like okay, that's a little odd. Yeah, the animation on that is nice when it's not holding something. All right, moving on. We'll park this. The next is a telehandler, which is an interesting beast. This being the class. Now I'll show you why I say this is the longest. So here, there we go. Okay, so extending, 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 extending. I call it the Pinocchio of the telehandlers, because it must have told quite the lie to get a nose that long. This will work as a pallet mover as well. It's quite maneuverable, and as the all-wheel drive is low in stature, fairly maneuverable. It is not articulating. So there are some articulating ones. Again, I wouldn't really recommend them. Again, it has picked up that as well. But as you can see, even having two of those on there, it's not. It's a little bit tippy, but it's not unmanageable. And as far as how well it handles being extended, well, I think that demonstrates that. It handles the weight quite well. As a matter of fact, it's probably one of the best options if you want to go the telehandler route. It will. This would be great for putting up if you have a barn with an upper loft that you want to put pallets up in the top, or anything that you want extended reach, because like literally this thing, it's hard to, I have to pan out quite a bit even just to see. So I'll shut that off. Yeah, that's Telehandler. Next we have the wheel loader. Again, articulated. I'm not a big fan, but it will handle large, heavy crates. Um, the lift height is pretty good, as you can see. You can get it quite high, and of course it's powerful, and you can pull a trailer with it if you want, which might be something if you're delivering pallets and you want something that will pull a trailer that's powerful enough. And let's get this off of here. Is it going to, or is it not? It's stuck. Oh boy, what's going on? Okay, well, that's weird. Okay, it's stuck. All right, moving on to the last one. Well, the last one's pretty much the same as the other tractor, except this is not the largest. I think the 8 series. You can put a front loader on, but this again, you can put a weight on the back. You can put duals on it. You can. It's a tractor, right? That you put a front loader on. There's lots of different options. Everybody's used to driving a tractor around. It is a good option. It's easy to drive around. They go fairly quick. They're powerful. They don't tip around or move around too much. And well, you use them for other things, so it's multi-purpose. Again, if you don't do a lot of pallet moving, it's probably one of your best options. And there you go. So I think that pretty much covers it. I hope I haven't bored you all to death too much. I do appreciate everyone who watches my videos. Please leave a comment if you have any ideas for a test video or want to see something in action or how it works. This is a very generalized video covering just some of the touching some of the basics of pallet handling with the various vehicles. I do hope you enjoyed it. I'm Looney Farm Guy, and remember, it's just a game, so have fun. Till next time, bye for now.